Hey everyone, it's Tyler at Universal Rackets, and in this video we're going to be going over the forehand strike zone. Exactly where you want to make contact with the ball, we are going to be teaching you in this video. We're going to be teaching you not only where it is, but tips and tricks to ensure that you can get the ball in your strike zone. So for the forehand, where is the strike zone? It's easy, right? When you make contact with your forehand, this is where you want to hit it. Okay, if it's a little bit higher, that's good. If it's a little bit lower, that's okay. But this is the general vicinity that you want to hit your forehand, just like in baseball, right? I'm not a big baseball player, but I'll put the link in my description. I went with Self Magazine. I taught baseball players how to play tennis, and baseball players taught me how to play baseball, and I epically failed and lost in the competition. But if you want to click the description, check it out. That's cool. Here we go. So for baseball, if I can remember, that was last March, you have a strike zone. If it's super high or super low, you're not going to hit the pitch. Same thing with tennis. This is my strike zone, but hey, here's where players go wrong. So this is their strike zone, and they have a super high ball. And what a lot of beginner or players that are having trouble progressing, they have a super high ball. This is their strike zone, right? And look, they go like this. They'll go like this, or they'll change up their swing. The good players, if you ever watch pro tennis, don't just watch them hit the ball, but just pay attention to their feet. Next time you watch pro tennis, just watch their feet. Don't watch anything else. And you'll see how many little steps they take. It is absolutely insane. And why are they taking so many steps? It's because here's their strike zone. They're moving their feet to get into the proper strike zone. So if the ball's super high, what more advanced players would do is they're going to move back. They're going to move their feet to get into the proper strike zone so then they can make contact with it. Now, also with the strike zone, you want to make sure that your strike zone is at or above your waist. A little tiny bit above your waist, right? You want to make sure it's out here. You don't want to be close to your body. A lot of players, they have trouble hitting with their forehands because it's away from their body, right? It's away this way, which is perfectly fine. You want it away from your body, but it's too close this way. So they hit it away from their body, but they're making contact here. You want to make contact out here. You want to make sure that you make contact out in front and away from your body. So not just this way, but also you want to hit the ball out this way, okay? Now, in order to ensure that you can do well in the strike zone, you have to make sure that you keep your eye on the ball. Too many players, what they do when they go to hit, they go like this. They go hit, and they pick their head up, right? When I hit, here's my strike zone, out in front, away from my body. I want to make sure I keep my head down the whole time when I hit. I'm going to make contact, keep the head down, follow through, and then I'm going to pick my head up. I am not going to pick my head up until I follow through after the ball, okay? So, just to get ready, okay? So we're ready, we're waiting for the ball, okay? Now, regardless of what level, okay? If you're more advanced, you're going to turn with this, elbow up, unit turn. If you're more beginner, you're going to just take your racket here. But for both beginner and for advanced, where is their strike zone? I'm going to take the racket back, and then I'm going to swing forward. Notice when I swing forward, right? When I take the racket back and then I start to go forward, notice how the racket goes down. I will repeat that one more time. When I take this racket back, advanced or beginner, and I start to go forward and stop taking the racket back, where does that racket go? Do you see? It starts here, and then it goes here. The racket goes lower than when it was when I took the racket back. By doing that, that's going to drop the racket in the proper position for me to get it into my strike zone. So again, you're going to take the racket back, you're going to release, you're going to be loose, and then you're going to be able to make proper contact in your strike zone. And here's where players go wrong. They can't get the ball in their strike zone because they grip the racket too tight. Watch, if I take the racket back, I grip it tight, and I swing, now it's not in my strike zone. If you have trouble getting the ball in your strike zone, check. Are you holding the racket loose or are you holding the racket tight? If you hold the racket tight, it is not going to be right. And you will lose, and you and your doubles partner will get into a fight. Maybe I'll leave tennis and pursue the rap game because you know everyone knows tennis with Tyler, it's my name. Soon I'll be rocking all these gold chains. If YouTube pays me more, but right now they're not paying me that much, but I gotta keep on. No, kidding. All right, enough. Tried the rap. I can never rap. I wish I was a rapper. I have all the dance moves and like the charisma, but getting back into it again. So if you hold the racket tight, you're not going to get proper contact, but if you hold that racket loose, that's going to lower the racket. So now you can make that proper contact. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you will be able to get your forehand in the proper strike zone. Now we know where our strike zone is for a forehand, right a little bit above our waist. We know how to get into it, and the reasons why we can't is because what? You don't move your feet or you grip the racket too tight. Now, if you want to check me out on Instagram, make sure to click the link in the description. If you want to follow me on SoundCloud for all my other raps, make sure to click that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not an actual rapper. And if you want to check more tips and tricks on how to improve your forehand, make sure to click the link in my description for it to instantly improve my forehand video. And again, make sure to follow me on the gram. I'll see you guys next time on court. Get in a proper strike zone and happy hitting.